Everyone's telling you to use AI to create products, write books, or build complicated systems, but could it be that the most profitable AI strategy is actually doing the exact opposite? I've been using a somewhat backwards approach for a while now. It's less work than traditional methods, especially now with AI. And what's cool is that I can sell stuff and make commissions without having to be all salesy. Let me show you how this works and what everyone else is missing. And by the way, my name is Jim Shirley. I help people get going with making money online using digital products, affiliate marketing, and AI. I've got a free community where you can get all the prompts and other cool stuff I talk about in this and all my other videos. And you can get it all for free. Plus, there's a lot of cool people in that community, and you get one-to-one access to ask me questions and that kind of thing. The link to join the community is just down in the description, so hit that up when you're ready, and I'll see you inside of there. Okay, let's get going. We're going to start off with leveraging AI to do a ton of heavy research for us, and it's going to do it in the blink of an eye. I'm going to show you some cool prompts that I use to get this information out. I've been doing this a while now, and this information is gold. And then in a couple minutes, I'm going to show you when I use this method, how I do it, and a double whammy method that can make you double commissions and that kind of thing if you do affiliate marketing or if you're selling digital products. So stick around for that. Okay, so let's jump over here to my ChatGPT so that I can just kind of show you a couple of things, especially the prompts that I'm using. Like I said, you're going to get all of these in my sort of master prompt document that you can get from the community. And if I think about it, I'll link to it from the description below here as well. But the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to basically just warm ChatGPT up, okay? And we do that pretty easily by just kind of saying, hey, I want to do research on this market. Now, in my case, I'm doing this with affiliate marketing, but you could kind of insert anything you wanted right there. So whatever niche you're in, could be like meditation or yoga, could be gardening, whatever the case may be, all right? So I like to sort of get things into the memory of ChatGPT before I just ask it to go and do a bunch of stuff. All right, and just make sure it's on the right track. So I'm just gonna scroll down here now. All right, let me turn that annotation stuff off. Now look who's looking to get started. So now it starts asking me a bunch of questions. Now this is why it was so useful, because it starts saying or asking questions like, what do you want me to focus on when we start doing this research? Like, who's your demographic and stuff like that? Okay, and so that's where I basically got into this little piece right here. So with this on, basically, I'll just kind of highlight it here in the middle, okay? And what we're doing, my drawings aren't super great, so forgive me, but we're going to be focusing on stay-at-homes and people who are 35 and older. Now, I didn't make this stuff up. It just sort of up here in the text, those are just different groups that it was asking me, like, are these the kind of people you're thinking about, or what's the demographics and stuff like that. So I just gave it some answers. These are typically people who I advertise to and that kind of thing as well. So 35 and older, and hanging out on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, right? They're mostly looking at longer form content, maybe some short form, but that's not really my specialty, so that's not where I want them to be either. So that's kind of what I put in. Perfect, that gives us a clear focus, blah, blah, blah. Now, it starts kind of coming back with more info. Now, this isn't even the stuff that I wanted yet, okay? So I'm just showing this to you. I'm scrolling it through. Because you know how ChatGPT is. It's really chatty, right? So that kind of likes to give you all kinds of information even though you haven't asked for anything yet. So it's just showing off, right? All right, so that's all good. I get it. All right, so now we're back. And the next thing I do here is I just say, boom, okay, tell me, please, I want to know, what are these people struggling with? So now this is where the magic happens, okay? So you'll get the prompts up above to warm things up, but this is really where the magic starts happening. as far as the information that we can get. Okay. I want to know what these people are struggling with in terms of getting going with affiliate marketing, because I know from marketing to this group of people that very few actually succeed. Okay, very few start to make commissions, and when they do, often something happens and they don't stick with it. So that's all good. I get it. I've definitely been there. So I want to know, though, in the aggregate from all this info that ChatGPT has, like, what are some of these problems that they have? Okay. And the reason I want to know that stuff is something I'm going to show you here in just a second. All right. So they have a lot of mental blocks, right? I'm not tech savvy. So that's a big one for me. Okay. I don't want to be on camera. This feels scammy. I failed before. Don't know what to promote. All right. So let's kind of keep scrolling here. Where do I start? How do I get people to click? I don't want to annoy friends and family. So these are things that actually today in this video, I am going to overcome for you, the viewer, and for these people, right? So these are things that are super important and they're happening to everybody. So like if you've ever experienced any of these things, you're not alone, all right? Like you don't necessarily want to promote this stuff to friends and family like MLM schemes or affiliate marketing. You don't know where to start. You failed before, you don't know what to promote. Like who can you trust? Okay? That's a big one, isn't it? And so like those things, and then this is another big one right here, which is I am not tech savvy. Okay? So I know like lots of you guys watching this right now, a lot of people in my community, you're pretty tech savvy. Like you know what you're doing when it comes to Canva and creating images and using AI and stuff like that. So I know I see you. I know a lot of you watching this are that way too, but one of the big technical hurdles with affiliate marketing is that their systems are all built around these like kind of complicated websites like funnels and stuff like that, and they expect you to be capturing leads and bringing people to squeeze pages and sales pages, and they want you to have bridge pages and all this stuff. And that's kind of where you leap from I'm using Canva and stuff into like a bigger technical world, right? So that is something that I'm kind of focused on. So these are things that I'm looking at, and here's why. Okay, so when we get to the backwards method that I'm talking about in this method, the reverse AI method, what we're doing is we're finding this stuff, and now we can use it to basically approach our sales and marketing process differently. Okay, so instead of being like everyone else and getting stuck on these things, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go out and target the folks that have these issues, and we're just going to bring them into our ecosystem by solving some of these little problems for them, okay? And so I love this method because, you know what? It takes away some of their struggles, and it also takes away one of my struggles, which is sales, okay? Like I don't want to push this stuff on other people if they don't want it. Okay, I don't want to seem desperate, and it's hard not to sometimes when you're trying to make commissions or you're trying to do this stuff and you're not a natural at it, okay? So this is how I approach it. Okay, so now let's jump over to a couple of pages. So one of the things I'm going to focus on right now is solving a technical problem. Okay, this is something I can do, and I like to do this for my audience, okay? And this has worked really, really well for me. So the way I do that is I go into my good old friend System.io in this case, and I create funnel pages for people who want to get started in affiliate marketing, okay? So I don't do it on demand. Here's what I do instead. I create some basic pages for them, and then I can basically share these funnels with them. And now here is what's cool and what's going to happen. All right, so let's jump over here onto my whiteboard. Okay, so here is how I approach this. All right, I'm going to draw a little bit. I got the pencil this time. Okay, so when I want to solve somebody's problem, one of the things that I can do with these tech problems is I can basically build people that squeeze page, that lead capture page that they need, and a bridge page that gets them into an affiliate product, okay? And this is going to get to the double whammy I was talking about here in just a second. All right, so stick around for that. So what I do inside of System is I basically go ahead and create a funnel page for somebody, and I create them a bridge page. And I'm going to show you an example here in just a second, okay? The funnel page just leads to the bridge page. It's like the thank you. The bridge, okay, I'm just going to put a B here. All right, this is the squeeze page. I might have called it a funnel page, so I apologize. This is where they put in their email and their name, okay? They go to the bridge page. Now, what we do on a bridge page is usually we put like a video there, okay, so that they watch a video and we say thanks, you know, up here. And then sometimes on a bridge page, like what works is to sell something, okay? I don't always like to do that, but it does work. It's effective. All right. This isn't a course about like how to build a funnel, but what we do get here is we send the people to this affiliate marketing training, okay? Now, these things that I promote here are all free. So in this case, I'm using System.io, okay, which I'll link to down in the description. But what I'm doing, I can create these funnels inside of System, and I can actually give that to people. And it's got my affiliate link built in. Okay, so here comes the double whammy is number one, I help people solve their technical problem by giving them this funnel. All right. If they decide to use System.io, it's free. All right. They can use this. It's totally free. Okay. If they decide to upgrade their System.io later on, and by the way, if you haven't used System, like it's a good free. It's not like the stupid freemium models where you can use like one feature for 3 days and then they start like pounding you with a button that says you can't use anything anymore because you have to buy. You know, it's not one of those frustrating deals. It's frustration free and it's good free. So like you can use it forever on their free plan, have a funnel, have a course, have 2,000 contacts, like the whole 9 yards. Okay. This isn't a sales pitch for them, but I'm kind of showing you the mentality here of what I'm doing as an affiliate marketer in this case, which is I did this research over here on ChatGPT. I find some of the common problems people have. One of them is that they're not tech savvy. And I know that they're not tech savvy enough to maybe build this little squeeze page funnel. Like this is where it's so reverse and like secret is nobody really shares how they do this. They just do it, okay? And then they don't really talk about it. They just tell, most trainings you'll see on YouTube show you how to build this stuff. They do like a how to build this, okay? And then later on, they try to just sell you the funnel or something like that. And I think the reverse, like the better approach is just build it for them and give it to them. And if they stay on the free plan forever, well, you know, no harm done, right? Like maybe you don't make a commission. If they go to a paid plan though, now you're making recurring income on this, okay? And it's a very affordable thing, so it's very likely that they'll upgrade. All right, but here comes the double whammy, because the second thing we do here is we solve another problem that we saw right inside of our analysis, which is I don't know what to promote, okay? So where is that? Yeah, right here. I don't know what to promote. Okay, well, I've done my research. I know what works, and so I give them an affiliate program built into this that I know works. And so I get the double whammy here where I send them to OLSP. Secondly, just as built into the funnel. Now, of course, they can go in and edit this stuff. They could change and promote something else. No sweat, right? But I just give this to them and I say, hey, by the way, this funnel works really well. It promotes a great affiliate program. You can check it out. Again, they can check it out for free. Doesn't cost a thing. They can get inside. And of course, these guys sell a lot of stuff too. So like, I'm not trying to hide anything there, disguise anything like that, you know. But they have good training. They have weekly live events and stuff like that where they do a ton of valuable training, and it's worth it. Like, it's good. And once you join in here, like, you can start promoting OLSP too as an affiliate. So it kind of solves two problems for my clients, right? It gives them this tech piece, gets them over that hurdle, right? It gives them something to promote, which I honestly believe is worthwhile. Okay. Neither of these things cost anything, so they can jump in there and do these things. I did have to build this funnel, but that wasn't too big of a deal. It's just drag and drop and kind of get these things together. So you can kind of see here, like what I've done is added some value in front of a couple of affiliate products. And now what that allows me to do is get away from this selling, right? The selling of these products, being like, hey, System.io is great. Hey, OLSP is great. I don't have to do that, right? I can basically just share these things, let people check it out for themselves. If they like it and they buy stuff through my link, cool, I make money. If they don't like it and it's not for them, no harm done. They're still on my list, right? Because, of course, in order to give people these funnels, usually I have them sign up to my list, right, somewhere. And so I get them that way. I put them in my community, something like that, right? So I'm just trying to add value. I don't have to be salesy. If I were more salesy, could I make more money? Yeah, I know I could. But that just doesn't fit with me right now. So I kind of like this approach. And so that's why I do it. Now, last but not least, I know some of you are thinking, oh, well, I don't really do a lot of affiliate marketing or that kind of thing. So what do I do, right? Well, here is what I would do in that case, okay? Now, we've talked a lot about creating your own digital products, okay? Right? We've done some, let me spell that right. All right. We've created some images, right? We've been talking about action figures. We've been talking about creating like oil paintings with pets and stuff like that. If you haven't been in my community and you haven't heard that, then that's where we're talking about it. But digital products of your own can work in this model too. Now, how could we do that, right? Well, one of the things that we talk about with our digital products is putting them on Etsy. But I always talk to you guys, especially in my group, about someday you're going to want to sell this stuff on your own site, okay? Because while Etsy is great, the customers are kind of theirs after the sale, right? And Etsy kind of has control over your store and over where you rank and stuff and that kind of thing. So we do some things to help mitigate that by doing our own content and promotion and stuff, and then sending those people to Etsy. So I do encourage in our course and stuff inside the group, like I do encourage, building this little system in between so that you've got an identity here that people recognize for your digital products, and it's not just Etsy. But we want to have our own store someday, right? And so here is something that you may not have known, is that we can do a store like on Shopify or something like that, which I have a Shopify store and I think that's great. But System up here that we've talked about, System.io, also has kind of a built-in store. So you can list products in there, all right? And so why not, what if we built them, like our prospects, what if we said to some of our prospects, hey, by the way, would you like to start your own digital store selling prints and cool stuff like this? Some people will want to. Some people may not want to. But we could. Some of the people who come to your store will want to do that. They'll think, gosh, this is so cool how you make these action figures. How do you do it? And you could be like, oh, hey, by the way, if you'd like to learn how to do it, I've built up this cool thing and system where you can actually start your own store. And by the way, so that would be one approach, right? We could give them their own little store. Another thing that we could do is we could say, oh, okay, well, first, instead of doing this, maybe this is too technical, we could say something like, oh, maybe I want to just give you some free images. Here, take these free images, create your own listings on Etsy, and maybe just tweak the image in some way, turn it into black and white or something like that, and then you can sell it as your own. So you could give them some images to start their own store in exchange for their email address, okay? And now you just start building up your list, right? So that later on, maybe you could sell them a course similar to what I've got inside the community that just shows them how to create their listings on Etsy, how to do the search engine stuff, right? So do you see where I'm going with that? Like, you can sell these digital prints, okay? But you can also, after you create them, how can we, like, I want you to think about, like, how can we repurpose that content and still use it in ways to help you grow your business, okay? So as you create stuff and you list it in Etsy, start thinking about, could I package up a few of these images and create a different listing on Etsy? Could I take that same package and offer it on a little squeeze page on System to people who are interested in learning how to start their own store, and give them some free images just to give them a jump start, just to get them over that hurdle of, like, how do I create the images? Like, what do I do? You get them past that hurdle, and that's how you bring them into your ecosystem and make them sort of really thankful to you, right? And want to work with you. And so once they're in, then you can say, oh, by the way, like, I've got a course that costs $97 or whatever that shows you exactly how to set everything up in Etsy. Would you like to have that? And they're like, yeah. Not everyone will, but it's no pressure, right? Some people are going to want to buy that. And so meanwhile, while you've got your store selling stuff up here, you're also building a business that's teaching people how to do the same thing that you do. So that's the reverse method. That is kind of doing things, going against the grain, doing things a little differently than others. I'm just going to show you some of the pages that I've created in System. So, like, this is an example. Here's another example. This one just promotes System.io. All right. But I give away this funnel, right? I just give this to people. All right. Or here's another one. Here's the one that's the double whammy, where I give people the lead capture page, like we just looked at, plus the bridge page with the built-in OLSP. So when they sign up to OLSP, they have a product to promote, and they've signed up under my link to both OLSP and to System. So it's like two different products that I'm an affiliate for that I could potentially make money from, right? And at the same time, I'm really just kind of helping people out by getting them over some of those hurdles that AI helped us identify that most people have when they try to start out with making money online. So there you go. That's everything. I feel like I've been talking a bunch. I hope this is helpful. I kind of love this stuff. I dig on this stuff. I hope I'm clear enough in making it something that's understandable for you and something that is intriguing and gets the light bulbs going and that kind of thing. So think about that. Think outside the box. Use AI to help you come up with some of these methods and backwards thinking about, like, how can you back your way into a different type of promotion that fits your lifestyle and fits your personality. And yeah, it works. Now, I do have these funnels, and I'm actually going to put a bunch of this stuff together in the community. It's not in there right now, but I am going to give you these funnels that are pre-made if you want them, okay? And you'll be able to get that inside the community. And I hope you like this. If you did, please give it a like. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please, I'd love to have you on board, all right? I'm not joking. I think it's great to have your comments and your support. So it really means a lot to me. So let me know in the comments if you have questions about this method. Let me know if you see some other opportunities or ideas. And like I said, free community, down in the description. You're welcome to join. I'd love to see you inside of there. And otherwise, a couple of videos probably popping up on the screen right about now. Check those out, okay? And we will see you around.